Thanks for joining us for the Member xCite presentation. The Member xCite presentation is informative, interesting to the audience, and showcases the strengths of the presenter as an entrepreneur and their area of expertise. It's not a sales pitch, it's a 10-minute educational and insightful exploration into what they do. And of course, it's exciting.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our xCite presenter today, Kylea Moloney from Inner Focus Coaching, to present to us on What You Think Matters. Kylea will discuss about mindset and what you think about influence every aspect of being and doing. Kylea's role as a coach is to help you see past the things that are out of your control and keep you focused on growing and succeeding in the areas that are most important to you. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Kylea Moloney.
All right, good morning everyone. My name is Kylea Moloney from Inner Focus Coaching, and I am a focus coach for business people, which is not to be confused with a business coach for business people. I don't talk strategy, I don't look at your business plan, I'm not going to help you with your marketing. I'm going to assume that you're the expert in your business arena, because my expertise is not in how businesses work, it's in how you as a human being work in your business. So my job is to help you see past all of those things that you can't control and be able to tune your focus into taking charge of your focus and your energy to be able to measure the things that you can do. So what do you do when there's a whole lot of pressure external to your business that's impacting the way that you show up and your ability to work? What about when you're flat out busy doing your plan, doing everything you're supposed to, but you're not getting the results that you want? And you're thinking, how can I work any harder? Or if you're bending over backward to meet everybody else's expectations, but while you're doing that, that just means your to-do list is getting longer and longer. It can be really overwhelming, and they're the types of questions that I get from my clients. So what do you do when there's all these moving parts and you can't see to the other side? If you're like most people, your answer is to just knuckle down and work harder, just push through and get to the other side. And I get it, there are times when that is what you need to do. You just got to do what's in front of you. Hopefully you get to the other side, you get to take a break, you rest, but then you're straight back into it again. Then something changes in your industry because of COVID or because of a royal commission, or your market changes and your business isn't operating how it used to, and then someone's wanting to leave your workspace, or your parents are needing more help at home. And why didn't anyone tell you that having another baby was going to have a massive impact on the pressure at home? It's like there's not just one thing, there's always going to be something coming up, and if the only strategy we've got is just work harder and push through, it's going to be a hell of a roller coaster ride, and quite frankly, it's just a path to burnout. So how do we do it different? And I know you know that I'm going to tell you you've got to slow down, and I know that the most annoying thing to hear when you're flat out is someone telling you to slow down. But what if slowing down is the key to going faster? Because the point is, when we're caught up in the busyness of life, we get caught up in our thinking, we start operating on autopilot. And your ability to be able to see past that chaos and think clearly is a massive factor in how efficiently and effectively you're operating. So I do want to talk to you about how to slow down in order to go faster. I've put together my 5 key points. I'll pass these around, sorry. I'm missing them all. And you can fill in as we go. We're only going to be touching really quickly due to time constraints on that higher level. And these are areas that if you can learn to slow down, step back, create some space to get closer to your thinking and clear some space for a higher level of thought to come through, some new thoughts to come through, you can change the way you show up and it changes your effectiveness in your business. So my first point, F, is for feel the feeling. It's really important to take a step back from the chaos and feel into what's going on in your body. You need to become aware of your own stress responses and the way they're impacting you. Do you know when you've got adrenaline running through your system? Good to know, because although it's helpful, it helps you work harder and faster and get through stuff, it also shuts down this frontal lobe where you have all your reasoning and critical thinking, which means that you're probably making decisions from the amygdala, which is survival, which not necessarily helpful if you're trying to decide on the new direction for your business. So being aware of that means you can take stock and do something about it. What emotions are happening for you? Are you triggered? Are you looking at what's going on now and making a decision based on something that's happened in the past? Or are you really assessing what's true now? So registering your emotions and understanding what they means again you can take stock and think critically. What about that feeling, that anxious feeling that you get in your gut? Slow down, know what it feels like to be outside your comfort zone. It saves a hell of a lot of worry and anxiety thinking that something's wrong when you understand how your body responds to stress and understand what's normal and what's not. So first step, slow down, feel the feeling. Next one is O, outcome over action. When we're under pressure and we're wanting to get stuck in, we've got heaps of things to do, your instinct will be to just dig in and get things done. But I want you to slow down, I want you to step back and think about what outcome am I wanting here, not just how can I get the most done. Because we tend to just do the easiest things first, or we end up doing things that we could delegate to someone else. And then those high pressure, high value things are simmering underneath, just causing more stress. Really important to be able to step back, slow down, and think differently, widen your view of the situation so you can prioritize things better. C is for conscious communication. The way you communicate with yourself and others, it matters. Your words have power. Your negative self-talk, beating yourself up, going around in self-doubt, doesn't help. It's going to slow you down. Just as if you're telling yourself that something's going to be okay, but not believing it, you're just going to get that inner conflict in your tummy too. Not helpful. It's only the first step, like you can't change what you're not aware of, so slowing down, becoming aware of that communication gives you the opportunity to do something about it. U is for understanding change. Again, when we have a problem come up, our instinct is to knuckle in at the level where it's causing us pain. Really critical to be able to slow down, get some calm, look at the bigger picture, because while you're busy over here with band-aid fixes, getting yourself stuck in, I haven't got enough time to fix the problem, it's not stopping. You just got this constant stream of problem coming. If you can step back, you can take the time out. I know you say to yourself, I don't have time. I know I've got to do that up there, but I don't have time. But I want to put you don't have time not to, because it's not going to stop itself. You need to step back and create some space for you forward. So understanding where to change at the right level is critical here. And our last one, S, is for surrendering. And my big distinction around surrender does not mean giving up. It's not you throwing your hands in the air going, I'm done, I'm out, this is too hard. That's giving up. We want to nip it in the bud way earlier. Surrendering is having the presence of mind to be able to step out of all those resistant thoughts, step out of those thoughts that this is not how it should be, this shouldn't be happening, I don't want this, and being able to be present to a situation and go, okay, this might not be what I want, but here I am. Where to from here? When you can slow down and create that space, you create an opportunity for a new way of thought and a new possibility. So they're my 5 tips for how you can up-level your thinking. Your thinking matters. And every one of those things starts with slowing down so that you can go faster. So I know it sounds really simple, and in practice, it's not as easy as it sounds, and that's what I'm here to help people with. So, if there's something that you're interested in, if you want to know more about how you can actually implement some of these techniques, then I invite you to connect with me. I do a complimentary clarity session for anyone that wants to know more. There's no expectation. If I can offer some education, I'm really, really happy to. So,
you guys have questions?
Any questions? I have 2 minutes left.
Actually, that was really good, because I was on a boat with a bit of a drinking trip with a mate of mine recently out to Tippers. But one thing that he said was, and it's just stuck with me ever since, he says you go slow like a pro. And that is a golfing term too. So, when you're hitting the swinging the golf club, you go slow. The temptation is to go fast, but if you go slow, you hit it further.
Yeah.
So it's a
And
really
it takes
good
a lot of
analogy.
practice because your instincts tell you to rush,
Yeah.
and there is a practice. It's a practice to be able to slow down and become aware. We are so unaware of the thoughts that are running through our heads. You know, sometimes we can think we're being positive, but we're really not. So yeah, there's a lot to learn in that space.
Have you got an example of a client that was going fast and then switched off going slow?
Absolutely, yeah, most of them. So you know, I had one woman that I was working with, and she was getting herself into anxiety because there'd been changes in her industry. Her compliance was over the top, and she was just getting a lot of difficult clients. And she just goes, "I can't do this." She was just drowning, basically. And just after a few sessions of learning how to step back, how to slow down, get present to what she could do and what she couldn't, like learning the difference between overload and overwhelm, learning to put boundaries in place. Like, people think they're superhuman, you know, and when you can step back and realize that what you're expecting of yourself is unrealistic, you know, you can only do what you can do, you start to turn things around. It was only a matter of weeks. When she had the capacity to sit with her feelings and move through them, she was back going, "Oh my God, this is amazing. I can cope. This is good." I think one of my clients said to me, he's been working with me for over a year, and he said the greatest thing that I've taught him is to be able to sit with that feeling of anxiousness. He goes, "I've learned to understand that just means I'm growing and expanding." Whereas before, every time he felt it, he'd go, "Oh, something's wrong. What's going on? What am I doing?" And he would just, you know, get into a state where you can't function. So yeah, that's some examples.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.